जननी जगदम्बा जननी माम्बा जननी जगदम्बा जननी माम्बा जननी 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 जगदम्बा जननी माम्बा मंजुलभाषिणी मानवतारिणी मंजुलभाषिणी मानवतारिणी मधुरा नायकी माँ हे मीनलोचनी माँ मधुरा नायकी माँ हे मीनलोचनी माँ जननी जगदम्बा जननी माम्बा जननी 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 जगदम्बा जननी माम्बा जननी माम्बा जननी माम्बा। थैंक यू स्वामी जी। चरण स्पर्श।
ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सूत्र नंबर 76। भक्ति शास्त्राणि मननीयानि तत् ओधक कर्माणि करणीयानि। I repeat again. भक्ति शास्त्राणि मननीयानि तत् बोधक कर्माणि करणीयानि। भक्ति शास्त्राणि मननीयानि तद बोधक कर्माणि करणीयानि. In the sutra, there are words Bhakti Sutrani Shastrani Mananiyani Tad Bodhak Karmani Karniyani. The meaning is the teaching of scriptures that promote devotion should be constantly meditated upon, and action that rouse devotion should be performed. In previous sutra, we studied that Narad ji said, Vado na avalambya. The devotee should not engage in the debates. The devotee should not engage in the debates, in the doubts, in the logics. It makes no sense. Then what devotee should do? Narad ji here saying, Bhakti Shastrani Mananiyani Tad Bodhak Karmani Karaniyani. A devotee should study always Bhakti Shastrani. Bhakti Shastrani, the Shastra, the scriptures, they always promotes the devotion. It is like this. We go to market. We go to a supermarket. There are so many things, everything is there. And all things has its own purpose. There is a clothes, there is a brush, there is a gold, there is a needle. Everything is in the market. But when we go to the market, we buy the one thing which is required. And another example we can take that we go to medicine shop, medical store. There are so many medicines, and every medicine has its value, its property. But we take only that medicine which is required for us. We do not see the offers in the medicine. We do not see the value of the medicine. This medicine is on the sale, so we should buy it. This medicine is costly, we should avoid it. No. So cost is not value. So cost is not matter. We take medicine which is required. In scriptures, in Vedas, other Puranas, and other scriptures, there are every method. If you are yogi, scriptures are for you. You go to scripture. Scriptures will tell you, do yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, and get samadhi. If you are hatha yogi, you want to awaken kundalini, in scriptures there is a method. Scriptures will tell you, in this method, in these practices, you can arise your kundalini. If you are a ritualistic, you want to do sacrifice, scriptures will tell you. If you want to chant mantra, how to chant mantra, scriptures will tell you. So in scriptures, there are everything for everyone. So according to your interests, according to your will, you can take. You are yogi, you are ritualistic, you are knowledgeable, whatever you are, whosoever you are, you can take. Narad ji giving instructions to devotee. If you are devotee, then take the part of the bhakti. Bhakti shastrani mananiyani. In the Vedas, in the other Puranas, other scriptures, they are a very big part of the bhakti, devotion. That part will describe you about God, its Leela, its manifestation, incarnation, glories. So Bhakti Shastrani Mananiyani. A devotee should read the scriptures who promotes what? Devotion, not doubt. And Mananiyani. Mananiyani means, now Manan in Vedanta, we have studied, Manan means logic. Manan means logic. Sravan means just listening. Manana means reasoning. So proper reasoning. In Vedanta, we have studied Sravan, Manan. Sravan means just listening. The words are coming from the master and we are listening. These are listening. And then Mananam. Mananam means you give logic yourself. For what? Convince yourself. Here Narad ji says, Mananiyani, Bhakti Shastrani, Mananiyani, you convince yourself. You give logic yourself in favor of the God, not against of the God. Bhakti Shastrani, Mananiyani. The devotee should listen the Bhakti Shastra. The devotee should think about the Bhakti Shastra. The devotee should tell about the Bhakti Shastrani. Bhakti Shastrani, the part of the scriptures, it will tell you the glory of the God, the story of the great devotees, the greatness of the God. This way, that this part of the devotion will make you convince, will make you understand that about God. In Bhagavatam, there is a question. Once the Sutra was asked that the Shukdev ji Maharaj was always roaming. He had no interest anywhere. He was roaming everywhere. He did not have any interest, even in his father, in his family, everywhere. He was detached, completely detached. So Rishi asked to the Sutraji, such person, how did he study the Vedas, the Bhagavatam? Bhagavatam is a very big, it will take much time. How did he study such big 18,000 verses? Then the Rishi Sutraji says, very beautiful verse. Atma Ramasya Munayo Niragrantha api urukrame kurvanti ahetukim bhaktim Itham bhuta guno hari. He said, yes, you are right. The Sukadevji was Atmaram. Atmaram means what? Atmaram means those who takes pleasure in the self and especially established in the path of the self. Atmaramasya munayo niragrantha apikramahe. He was completely realized master. The Sukadevji was completely unattached to the world and realized person. So Rishi says, such person does the devotion of the God because any cause. Causeless devotion they can do. How it had happened? So there was a small story. Once it happened, when Sukadevji took birth, immediately, without wasting any second, he went on the forest. The father of Sukadevji, Vyas, he was so attached with the Sukadevji because he was the master. Vyas wanted to Sukadevji, but Sukadev did not have any interest. So Vyas was always thinking how to came back to the Sukadevji. He tried so many ways. He was always thinking back of Sukadevji Maharaj. He should come in the home. He should come in the house, but he did not. He was roaming in the forest, always thinking about the self, Atman. Vyasji played a trick to get him back to the home. Vyasji had so many disciples, and he gave some mantra. And he said, when you go to forest, always these mantra, these sloka, you recite. Very beautiful sloka. So disciple of the Vyas used to go in the forest and recite these mantras. One day, Sukadevji was walking from there, and he listened. In one mantra, it was said that the splendor of the God, the beauty of the God. And he listened. He thought, such personality who has such beauty, such glory, such splendors, such ownership, he must be egoistic person. Next day, he was pondering about that point. So Sukadevji was pondering about that point. Such person who has everything, beauty, prosperity, ownership, authority, omnipresent, omniscient, everything, he must be egoistic. He must be. And he was thinking so deeply. Next day, the disciple of the Vyas came to the forest. As usual, they used to recite mantra. Now, they were reciting another mantra. In this mantra, it was said that Lord, who is most beautiful, who is most powerful, who is omniscient, who is omnipresent, but who has all qualities, but he is ocean of the compassion also. In this verse, it is said, Aho bakiyam stana kala kutam jighan sayapa yadapya sattvi. The meaning is, in this verse, it is said, the story is like Putana came to Lord Sri Krishna. She came to kill him by giving milk with poison. And Sri Krishna killed Putana and sucked his milk and poison too. He did not die, he did not hurt, but Putana did. Shloka says, Putana came to kill him, but Lord Sri Krishna, see the greatness of this Lord, he gave liberation to Putana also. He granted liberation to the Putana. See the greatness, compassionate, the compassion of the Lord. And after hearing that mantra, Shukadevji came back to the disciple and said, who is that person? How do you know? I also want to that person, I want to meet that person. The disciples say, come with us. And they took the Shukadevji to the Vyas. And Vyas taught the Bhagavatam. Naradji here is saying, Bhakti Shastrani Mananiyani. If you want devotion up to God, you must listen and think about Bhakti Shastrani. This is the way to become a devotee. Tad bodhaka karmani karaniyani. Second part says, Tad bodhaka. Once you convince yourself you are the devotee of the God, then your all activity will automatically change. You convince yourself, you say yourself, I am the devotee of the God. And then see, just convince yourself, I am the devotee of the God. I am nothing. I am no human being. I am no male, female. I am no youth, no child. I am nothing. I am just devotee of the God. Then automatically your all things will be changed. Your all behavior will be changed. Tad bodhaka karmani. Whatever you do, it will be bhakti. Whatever you do, it will increase your bhakti, your devotion. Now, next one. Sutra number 77. Sukha dukkha ichha labhadi tyakte kale pratikshamane chanardham api vyartham naniyam. Sukha dukkha ichha labhadi tyakte kale pratikshamane chanardham api vyartham naniyam. One more time. Sukha dukkha ichha labhadi tyakte kale pratikshamane chanardham api vyartham naneyam. This sutra contains these words. Ichha sukha dukkha ichha labhadi tyakte प्रतीक्षकाले प्रतीक्षमाणे क्षणार्धम व्यर्थम अपि व्यर्थम न नेयम. See the meaning. One should not waste even half a second, as all the time one has for meditation is the little that remains after what is spent in experience of pleasure and pain, desire, gain, etc. Very beautiful sutra. Narad is here instructing. He says, what is happening with us? He says, normally we make our list for our life. What things are required in my life? There are some common lists, and some may be different. The common things are, when we start our life, the first is our education. Education. What should we do in very beginning stage of life? Education. No option, just education. Go to school, then college, get degree. So first list is education. Then education will tell you, now go to the world and get a job, do business. The second thing comes business, job, a good job, a good business. What does it mean by good business, good job? It means you are earning good money. Good money. So second list is job, then comes money, marriage, kids. And what? What the next? Then this. And there is pattern. Your parents can teach you. Your school, college can teach you. Society can teach you. You have to do this. This is the method. How life runs. How life goes. There are some targets. When you are studying, you go to business, you go to travel, you do this, that, friendship, etc. This is just byproduct of this age. So Narad is saying, in this list, where is God? No, God is not in our list. If you have done very, very virtuous things in previous life, then in your mind thought will come, I have to get God realization. The thought of the realization of the God, the father will not give you. The parents will not give you. The college, university will not give you that idea. Even society will not give you. This unique idea only can come if you have done very virtuous things in previous lives. This is the method. Other things can be taught. Other things can be got. Parents, society, country, literature, magazine, newspaper, TV. There are so many sources of information. They can engage you. But the realization of the God, this thought, no one teaches you. No one gives you. There is no method. Only your previous life, the virtuous conducts, when they ripes, this thought will come in your mind, I should get realization of the God. Then you start search of a master. Then in our list, God can come. In previous life, you may have done so many times all other things. We have done everything. In previous lives, you may have gone heaven, you may have gone hell, you may have been king or beggar. Everything had happened in my lives. Everything. What one thing is not, it had done, and that is realization of the God. One thing sure we never attain, and that is the God. We miss this great achievement due to very small, unreal bodily causes. You may have become king. We have done anything, everything, but God is untested it. If God realization had happened, we would not be suffering in cycle, death and birth. We are here, this is a proof we had not realized the God. So what the reason? Narad is going deep. What the reason? He says the reason is Sukha Dukkha Ichha Labhadi Tyakte. We ignore God sometimes because of happiness. Somewhere marriage parties going on, wedding parties are going on, somewhere birthday parties, somewhere anniversary party. There are so many parties, there are so many causes for happiness. In a state of happiness, who remembers God? Who remembers God? So because of happiness, we do not remember God, because we are very busy in happiness. Then comes misery. Then misery comes. We are so depressed. If someone talks about God, we say, just keep quiet. I have seen my condition. I am so miserable state, and you are talking about the God, about the relation, about the liberation. I am such deep, miserable condition. So sometimes we forget God because of happiness. Sometimes we forget God because of misery. So what is happening? It is like this, like a person who is a drunkard. Here, drunkard. Drunkard drinks because they are happy. There is a party. There is a celebration. So in party, in celebration, they think we should drink because the atmosphere is so happy. We should drink. They drink because of happiness. And when they are in misery, in miserable condition, they again drink. Because I am very miserable condition. So forget this state, I have to drink. The small excuse is enough to drink. They are ready to drink. They are just excuses. Same, we are also used to with the world. We are accustomed, habituated with the world, with the happiness, with the misery. When misery comes, we avoid the God. Happiness comes, avoid the God. Then Narad says, Ichha, desires. We have a long list about my desires. I have to do this. We have so many big lists. It cannot be fulfilled even thousands years. These lists cannot be fulfilled in thousands years. But we have the big list. In this list, we think that, yes, I want to worship God, but after this work, when I will complete this work, I will worship God. After this work, when I will get this, I will work God. We have so many desires. We have so many desires. There are some good desires, there are some bad desires. Useful, unuseful, every time. Ichha. Then comes love, attachment, some gained. If you gain something, avoid the God. Adi, etc. So Narad here says, the people think, the people means who has idea of the God realization. People means that people, not common. The people means who has idea for realization of the God. They think, yes, I want worship God. I want realization of the God, but conditions should be appropriate for realization of the God. I want worship of the God, but conditions should be proper. What proper conditions are? Proper conditions are, we assume that there must be a time, that time there is no my any duty, no happiness, no misery, no desire, no loss, no profit, nothing. And that time will come in my life, then I worship the God. Narad says, don't waste your time. Tekte kale pratikshamane. Don't waste your time. This time never will come. Never come. Always time is same. Always time is same. So don't think when my miseries will be over, then I worship the God. In my life, such time will come. That time there is no. You are thinking like this, the ocean without waves. You are thinking that fire is without heat. Such person are thinking that ice without cold. Life without misery, impossible. Life without happiness or misery, not possible. Life without desire, no. Nothing. Never. Life means that there is a happiness, there is a misery, there is a desire. Narad says, Chanardam api vyartham naneyam. Without wasting any single moment. You are very close to your target. So don't waste a single moment. This time is the best time. This place, the best place. No, make any excuses. You are here. God is here. You have everything which is required. Chanardam api vyartham na neyam. Narad says, don't make any excuses. Don't make excuses that I will worship God. But after that, no, after will not, never comes. Now, here, this is the best time. This is the best moment and best place. Start right now. Vyartham na neyam. Now, next one. Sutra number 78. Ahimsa satya shaucha dayastikyadi charitriyani paripalaniyani. Ahimsa satya shaucha dayastikyadi charitriyani paripalaniyani. Ahimsa satya shaucha dayastikyadi charitriyani paripalaniyani. In the sutra, the words are Ahimsa satya shaucha dayastikyadi charitriyani paripalaniyani. See the meaning. Virtues like non-violence, truth, purity, compassion, faith in the existence of God and Vedas, and the other excellences of character should be strictly cultivated and protected. There are some fundamental rules of the spirituality, some fundamental principle of spiritual life. And not only spiritual life, in worldly life, being a good human being, these characters are required. These characters, if you are good human being, these characters should be in you. In spirituality, if you read Yoga Sutra, same pattern is there. If you read Vedanta, same pattern is there. Any way you can take, but this pattern, this basic fundamental things, everywhere is available. And these are, first thing, Narad says, ahimsa. Ahimsa means do not hurt anyone, non-violence. Very practical. Very practical. It is in your hand. It is in your hand. When I say someone, I love you, it means I want to make happy that person. When you say someone, I love you, the deep-rooted meaning is you want to make happy that person. You can try. You may give some gifts, some things, some activity, but it is not guarantee of happiness that person. Because happiness is his own other person's quality. He may happy, he may not. You can act, you can give something, but it does not make surety. It does not give the guarantee to make happy. But when you say, I will not hurt you, I will not hurt you, you can give guarantee. It is in your hand. If you do not want to hurt anyone, yes, you cannot. Ahimsa. So very practical thing is, It is not just imagination. Ahimsa, it is required. Then comes Satya, truthfulness. If you are religious person, if you are way of the truth, speaking truth is very easy. If you are wrong way, speaking truth is very, very difficult. Speaking truth can expose you. So non-violence is the first one, ahimsa, then comes Satya, truth. Truth shows that you are right way. If you can say, if you can tell truth, it means you are right way. If you are wrong pattern, you are wrong track, speaking truth is very, very difficult. Satya, then comes Sauch. Sauch, the purity. Purity of the body, cleanliness of the mind, of the speech. Your speech should be pure. How to speak, what to speak. Your speech should not hurt anyone. So this purity is in 3 levels. In body level, in speech level. Your speech should be pure. And mind level. And the very important part he is saying here, astikyadi, astikya. Astikya. Astikya means the faith. Faith in the God. Faith in the scriptures. The first faith should be in scriptures. If we have faith in scriptures, then God can be known. Scriptures comes first. Then God. If we have faith in scriptures, the faith in the God is easier. If you don't have faith in scriptures, forget about the God. About the God, only scriptures can tell you. Then you can realize. But first, scriptures should be there. Astikyadi. So astikya means what? Completely faith. No doubt. Whatever scriptures are saying, this is absolute truth. Then, next is God. Astikyadi, Adi, etc. There are many other things. When you read Yoga Sutra, there are Yam, Niyam. Narad just gives some characters here. Ahimsa, Satya, Sauchadi, Astikyam, Charitriyani, Paripalaniyani. So devotees should always follow these. It does not mean you are devotee. And you say, I am the devotee of the God. Whatever I want, I do. No. These are the basic foundations. These are the fundamentals. You have to follow them. Now, next one. Sutra number 79. Sarvatha sarvabhavena nischintaira bhagavaneva bhajaniyah. Sarvada sarvabhavena nischintai bhagavaneva bhajaniyah. Sarvada sarvabhavena nischintaira bhagavaneva bhajaniyah. The words are sarvada, always, sarva bhavena, with the whole heart, nischintai, by those free from all cares and anxiety. Bhagavan, the Lord alone, bhajaniya, should be worshipped. See the meaning? The Lord alone should always be worshipped by one, wholeheartedly, free from all cares and anxieties. Narad goes ahead and he says, Sarvatha sarva bhavena nischintahi. First thing is nischinta. Nischinta means free from all anxiety and cares. Now, God will take care of yours. Become without anxiety. God can take care of myself. No anxiety. In my life, so many things will come. Sometimes they may be good, sometimes they may be bad. But if God is there, He can do anything. He can manage everything. He is doing perfect for me. So just nischintahi, do not make any anxiety. Sarvada, sarva bhavena, sarvada. Sarvada means always. Always, Bhagavan eva bhajaniya. Your job is, the job of the devotee is, he always remember the God. Now you can ask a question. If I always remember the God, if I always worship the God, then what will be happen in my worldly life? So I would like to quote Lord Sri Krishna's a mantra. In Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says to the Arjuna, he said, Mam anusmar yuddhecha. Arjuna was fighting. Fighting was his job. He was a warrior. So Krishna says, you fight. This is your job, your duty. You do. The only one thing is, just remember me in your heart. You do your job. You are Kshatriya, you are warrior. Your job is fighting, so fight. I am not saying that stop the fight. You fight. But just add one thing. It could be done very easily, and that is Arjuna, Mam Anusmar, always remember me in your heart. Always remember me in your heart and do your duty. Your brother, your mother, your sister, your warrior, your Brahman, whatever you are, it makes no difference. Do your duty. Sarva bhavena. Sarva bhavena means when you are happy, worship the God. When you are in misery, again worship the God. You have desire, worship the God. You do not have any desire, again worship the God. Sarva bhavena. Any condition, just take excuse to worship the God. Sarvada sarva bhavena nischintai bhagavan eva bhajaniya. Narad says, the devotee's job is always remember the remembrance of the God and do your duty. Arjuna was warrior. He was killing. Sri Krishna says, okay. He is not saying go to Himalaya. in the caves. Your job is fighting fights. So whatever your duty is, do your duty. Just one thing and this Sarvabhavena Sarvatha Bhagavaneva Bhajaniya. Just remember me. Now, next one. Sa kirtyamana sikrameva avirbhavati anubhavayati bhaktan. Sa kirtyamana sikrameva avirbhavati anubhavayati bhaktan. Sa kirtyamana sikrameva avirbhavati anubhavayati bhaktan. In the sutra, the words are sa, me, kirtamana, being invoked, being glorified, shikram, speedily, eva, surely, avirbhavati, avirbhavati, bhaktan, devotees, reveal himself, anubhavayati, makes realize. See the meaning? Being thus invoked or glorified, the God manifests himself and blesses his devotee with realization. Now, job of the devotees is completed. Narad says, the job of the devotees is completed. Now, job of the God starts. Sakirtamana. When you glorify the God, when you meditate upon the God, when you ponder over the God, then Shakirtamana Shigrameva, immediately, Avirbhavati, he manifests in front of you. See, God is everywhere. The God will not come from any another planet. God will not come from the heaven or Vaikuntha or any other planet. God is here in front of us. But we are not able to see. Avirbhavati. Now that God becomes manifest. You can realize that. The devotee can realize, can experience the presence of the God. We know that God is everywhere, but we don't have any experience the presence of the God. We know, we say God is everywhere, but do you have any experience that God is here? No. Such devotee can experience the presence of the God. God is here. Sikramev avirbhavati, it makes manifest. God makes manifestation itself. Anubhavayati bhaktan. And after manifestation, when devotee realize God, the presence of the God, and it will be continue. It is not like this. Now God appears and immediately disappears. You may have heard a story. God appears the front of the devotee and disappears after some time. But no, once it had happened, God realized this has happened continuously. This experience will remain with the devotee. God is here, God is here, God is everywhere. The presence of the God can be experienced continuously, and that time God blesses the devotee. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्र भाष्यकृतौ वंदे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद व्याप्त देहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत। ओम